Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
The Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by Spill Zone, a brand new puzzle game where the goal is to make the entire puzzle one single color by spilling one color into another. A unique, challenging, and utterly addictive game. Like all great puzzle games, the concept is simple, but it requires strategy to complete the puzzle in the fewest moves possible. So get ready to experiment, fail, and repeat. Spill Zone. Download this challenging puzzle game to your Android or iOS device, and best of all, it's free. That's spill.zone. Spill Zone. One small pour for man, one giant spill for mankind. Download it today.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
You know, so often I think D.C. is not the place to be. A lot of times the eyes are on New York. They might be on Los Angeles. But today, all eyes are on D.C. as the Pope. Pope Francis is in town.
Yes, he
and,
is.
You know,
Historical visit.
We try very hard to bring you the newsmakers, and he only has a couple minutes, but he is here to join us today. Ladies and gentlemen, Pope Francis Underwood.
How are you? Well, thank you.
Your Holy Father.
Your Eminence.
Thank you. Yeah, enough with the salutations. You can refer to me simply as Francis. I don't require any of that special gobbledygook Pope stuff when I'm in your studio.
You are the people's
Delighted
Pope.
to be with you.
Are
Yes,
you not?
and, carrying on the great tradition of Mike O'Mara impressions, we are doing an impression that has nothing to do with the actual sound of the Pope's voice.
Are you
It's
familiar?
another character.
Your Eminence, Pope
Pardon
Francis
me?
Underwood. Are you familiar with Mike O'Mara?
I'm Pope Francis Underwood. It's great to be with you. I'm familiar with his show. TMOS is a staple in my iPhone, my papal iPhone.
You
that I
have a
in
papal
my-
iPhone?
Yes, I do.
Is
I
it
have
a
with
white
the,
one or a gold
It's
one,
white
or-
with the logo, and the logo. And by the way, that logo is so antiquated. I was telling the graphic designers, can't you get your ass and come up with something a little bit more perky? But they move slow in Vatican City. How are
Something
you?
a little more now, something a little more today.
Yes, well, I must say that I am familiar with the Mike O'Mara Show. I believe you're doing the Lord's work.
Thank you.
I love your show. It's a little like my show. And as I say on my weekly Godcast, blessed be he who casts his pod upon the lands, and may his seed become lodged deep within the dampened womb of our hearts and minds.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you.
So deep.
Thank you very much.
So
Yes.
deep.
I didn't realize you had a Godcast.
Yes, I do a Godcast. It drops every Wednesday. Please leave a 5-star review on iTunes. This week I have George Wallace.
George
I think
Wallace.
you'll enjoy it. Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Best
he
10
was-
o'clock show on the strip.
He was on the Tony Perkins show, too.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me that. I know all. I see all. I may
Yeah.
not be like the main maker, but I will tell you, I do see what's going on. You can't pull the wool over my eyes. I know how to make a cardinal dance like a bishop and how to make a nun jump rope all night.
I don't even know what that means.
That might be my favorite one. Thank you. Yeah. Your United States government was kind enough to pick me up at the airport in a Fiat 500.
Yeah.
Thanks for nothing. You know what Fiat means. Fix it again, Tony.
Now, that is not okay. You stop that right now. You come from a long
Tony
history
being the mechanic at the Vatican City
Of
where the
course, you come
Fiats
from a
roam.
long history of Italian
Yes.
popes, and
I
that's
swear to
almost
God.
that's almost inappropriate.
Yeah, I tell you. I feel like a fat cat in a mousetrap. There's just no room, and I can't have anything to eat.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
understand.
my first visit to Washington, D.C. really took the James...
What?
My first visit to Washington, D.C. really took the gems out of my scepter. After I was here for 12 hours, I felt like a hog caller on Yom Kippur. All kneel and no squeal.
What? I certainly hope that your visit gets better. You brought beautiful weather to the city. I mean, it's gorgeous out
Absolutely
there.
gorgeous today.
Yeah.
Well, you may think you're doing the Lord's work, but no one wants to see the holy water replaced with nacho cheese, if you know what I mean.
I've told
So
you this so
true.
many times,
So
Oscar.
true.
I've told you this
Absolutely.
100 times.
You may think you're burning incense, but the air in my immediate vicinity smells like broken promises. You'd best rethink your homily. There you go. Thank you.
That may
You know
be
the one thing I hate
What?
about the Vatican?
What?
They can't make a rack of ribs to save their lives. Son, you can teach a horse to run, but you can't make him do algebra. You know what I mean?
I really don't.
Of course.
I don't at all. I don't
God
know.
bless you.
Oh, that's
Thank you.
nice.
Yes,
Thank
I
you
thought
so
I'd
much.
give you.
Sweet.
I thought I'd give you a little blessing.
Sign of the
if you
cross.
don't
Love
mind.
that.
Yes,
that's nice.
right.
It can't hurt.
We need it.
Yeah, well, it gets lonely in the Vatican, surrounded by a bunch of silly old men in bathrobes and slippers. Sister Maria is the only trim on the block. Lord knows Lord knows a rabbit can't poo if he doesn't have a carrot.
That's true. That is very, very true.
See, that one slipped through. Glad I pre-read it. Thank you very much. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
are
yes.
you glad to be away and in D.C.?
No, I'm just glad to have Sister Maria. She's a bit old, but bless her heart, just to show her thy rod and let her guide you to the greener pastures. That's what I say.
Are you going to be saying this stuff at the White House today?
No, I won't. I'm going to honor the mores and the societal norms and the customs of
This is
your
the free-form
fine
Pope.
country here.
Oh,
yes,
so it's behind the curtain.
Yes.
Yes,
Which
I
is
understand.
This is a Pope Francis
Yes.
underwood.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you very much. God bless all of you. And I will be adhering to all the traditions that you hold dear in this country. I was visiting the local Walmart, and I saw that the Halloween candy is already on display for the little kiddies, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you do trick-or-treating at the Vatican?
You wrote these lines, but you are giving me the worst setups I've ever seen in my life. You need to remember that the pumpkin is the holiest of all the squash, and anyone who combines it with spice and turns it into some sort of coffee-flavored macchiato will certainly be on the receiving end of anal excommunication. Bank on it.
Wow. Anal excommunication.
Yeah, that sounds like that one was perhaps done with Horny Bob Spiewak in the wee hours of the morning.
That one
perhaps.
might have
I'm
been
not sure.
fueled by gin.
Medical advice.
I don't remember any of it.
But I'm glad to be here, and I'm certainly going to enjoy my stay in Washington and Philadelphia and New York City. And it almost makes me forget about the worst thing about being Pope.
There's actually I think being Pope is great.
No, you don't have any pockets. I don't know if you've noticed. No pockets for me.
Yeah.
There's no place to keep my cigarettes.
God
I'm
damn
very,
it.
very frustrated by that. The main reason I came to the United States was to pray for your country and meet your people. Also, I want to get on the TMOS 1-week FanDuel Fantasy League. I'm going to bet government cheese. $150 buys a lot of ring polish. Yes, sir.
Now, while we've got you, I know your time is precious. It's very
Very
dear.
precious, and I'm on Pope time now. I'm already keeping a tremendous amount of people late. That's
Could
what I do.
could you bless us?
I would love to bless you. Trying to bless a podcast is like trying to mend your socks with popcorn kernels. I wish you luck, but it ain't going to happen. Before you try to kiss my ring, remember this. Diamonds don't taste like forgiveness anymore than halibut tastes like tiramisu.
Now, Your Eminence, you have
Yes.
a lot of speaking to do today. I know you're
A lot of speaking to do. I'm going to make a lot of people happy, and perhaps there are some in this country that will not be happy, but I say get bent to them.
What?
That's it. If I dwelled with all my critics and thought about what they were saying, well, I probably would not be wearing the big fancy robe now, would I?
That's true. Now, you have a huge crowd at St. Matthew's Cathedral, which is, I think, the head of the diocese here in the district.
Yeah, but just remember this. You can't win over a crowd of 5,000 with God's word alone. You need a little more meringue on the pie if you want to jump the rhino.
I believe that's true. That's New Testament stuff right there.
Having the Pope in the United States is like filling the tabernacle with marshmallows. It's sweet and it's fun, but ultimately you're going to have to clean up before the hot chocolate.
Excuse me?
He's tired.
Let me try that one again.
He's so
I'm
tired.
terribly sorry. Having the Pope in the United States is like filling the tabernacle with marshmallows.
Right.
It's sweet and it's fun, but ultimately you're going to have to clean up before the hot chocolate is ready.
I understand.
Weird
Always
scripture.
screwed with you, Spiewak, and I know you wrote that one. Skinny boy with her.
So great to speak to you, Your Eminence.
All right. Would you like a preview of my mass I'll be doing at the
Please.
Tabernacle
I'd love it.
later on?
I'd love it, yes.
Today's reading comes from the first book of Get Your Head Out of Your Ass, Spiewak. You remind me of a pygmy politician at a piano recital. All talk and no balk.
Now, you mentioned music. Music is a big part of the worship service.
Well, I think we need to modernize our worship music. Most of our praise songs sound like a hedgehog making love to a garbage disposal. Bad business.
You have gotten so much praise for
Yes,
being
I
an
have.
effective Pope.
Thank
I mean,
you so
really
much.
Have.
Thank you
You're
kindly.
making
I
changes.
appreciate that. Well, as far as I'm concerned, boys, there are two kinds of popes, those from the Vatican and those from the Vatican. I'm a can-do kind of pope. I never drop the hubcap until the greeting card is signed. That's the way I roll.
Say the Vatican?
The Vatican. Yes, that's right. The Vatican and the Vatican. That's the way I look at it, and that's what I said to all my cardinals. You want to be a Vatican, or do you want to be a Vatican? Stand up on the right if you feel with me, and stand up on the left if you want to take that powder right out of Rome. Thank you very much.
So
I
you
appreciate
see
it.
changes for the church.
Well, a new vision of the church is like a Mexican potato sack race. All are welcome, but you better be able to jump high and speak Spanish.
Now, what about those that came
I,
before you?
Well, I had difficult shoes to fill. My predecessor, Benedict XVI, was a decent man, but he lacked understanding. Kind of like Chris Christie at a CrossFit box. He can pick up the kettlebell, but chances are he'll eat it. History will repeat itself.
Oscar, do you have any questions for the Panda?
No, I'm not talking to him. You know, Oscar, talking to you is like driving the Pope Mobile in a NASCAR race. All doom and no zoom.
How dare you?
You can really make my hat will. One of my biggest catchphrases is, let us proclaim the mystery of faith.
Yes.
But I'll tell you the biggest mystery. The mystery is how this podcast is still on the air. Get out of here.
Hallelujah.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Come on back to me, 22. Come on back to me. Come on back. Come on, 22, 22, 22. Come on back. Come on back. 22. Come on. 22.
What are you doing?
22.
What's the matter with you?
Not now. Just go away. Not now. Come
How long
on,
have you been
22.
down here?
Root for me. We're going for 22. 22. 22.
12.
22.
How much is How much was that? How much money is that?
One more time. 22.
Why are you
Big
betting
chip,
22?
22. Big
We
chip,
got it, 12.
22. Come on back to me, 22. Just come on back.
Been here all night. She's not on a lucky streak. I think you should talk to her.
How much has she lost?
Talk to her.
How much?
Talk.
Come on.
The man says you're not on a lucky
What man?
Right over here, he says you've lost.
I was
How much
down earlier, but come
And
on.
you're up now?
No, I'm still down, but I'm going to hit now.
How down are you?
David, you're going to bring me bad luck now.
Well, he
Stop
says
it.
you've
Come on.
already got bad
22,
luck.
22. Come on. 22.
22.
All right. I'm sorry. All right. How much?
$35.
We're up.
We're still down.
How down?
Down.
How down?
22 down. 22.
How down is she?
Down.
Come on. 22.
How down are you?
Down.
How much have you lost?
Everything.
What does that mean?
Everything.
No, what do you mean?
Everything
What do you
on
mean? What is
22
everything?
and
What are
make
you
it
doing?
happen for me.
Why the
22,
hell are you betting all that on one number?
Come
Where did you get
on
that number?
back to
What is
me,
22?
Come on back.
Stop betting
Come on
22.
back.
00.
You lost. It's gone.
22.
What do you mean
22. 2.
You have no more money. Stop it.
22.
There's no more money there. Stop it.
You really like 22, huh?
Stop it. Come here.
22. 2. I'm going to hit on
Stop it. You're
22.
not there anymore.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his office chair, here's Mike.
We are live from the Cappy Pfeiffer studio in the heart of Popeland, our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., where the streets are closed, but the boys all made it into work today. Without any interference. As a matter of fact, I will talk about that because, like it does in our fine city of Washington, D.C., kind of went the opposite way, didn't it? That's
I can't
the way
believe
it
the
goes.
media got it wrong.
It's a miracle.
Yeah, exactly. This is you can almost count on it. This is the Mike O'Mara Show, on the air and online worldwide. The Mike O'Mara Show, a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners on the planet because they get it. If you are here, you do too. Our show today brought to you by DoorDash. Face it, everyone has a horror story when it comes to food delivery, especially if you're in the city, even if you're in the burbs. If it's not late, it's cold, it's wrong, it's not what you wanted in the first place. Well, now the restaurants you've always wished would bring food to your door are only a click away. If you crave it, you can have it delivered with DoorDash. That's right, DoorDash, high-quality food from your favorite spot, on time and still hot. Hot. I want that food hot. DoorDash is a game changer. Local favorites, national chains, anything from Vietnamese to froyo to barbecue. If you crave it, DoorDash is changing the way you get food delivery. And best of all, they deliver from places that don't deliver. All kinds of restaurants from across the city and surrounding suburbs. Great places like Fleming's if you want to go highbrow steak.
Yeah.
How cool would it be to get a high-dollar steakhouse to deliver right to your door?
Right to your
How about
door.
if you want to go for a less expensive meal like my good friends Guapos
Yes,
out in
nice.
Manassas and around the surrounding area. I love that. Jimmy John's, Lido's, California Pizza Kitchen, P.F. Chang's. Ordering is quick and easy on your PC or phone, and text updates ensure reliable delivery, and they eliminate guessing the arrival time. Plus, no tipping means no hassle. Just grab your phone when it arrives, and that's it. Yum. I love DoorDash. It's one of
Yes.
the best order on demand or up to 5 days in advance. The choice is up to you. Try it out today. there's an exclusive offer for our listeners. DoorDash is giving you $10 off your first order. That's like getting a free lunch. What do you have to lose? Just go to DoorDash.com and enter the promo code TMOS at checkout. DoorDash.com, enter TMOS at checkout, and get $10 off your order. A no-brainer. Try DoorDash for lunch or dinner today. What a great show we have for you today.
You know what you should do with DoorDash, Mike, is you should order some Italian food.
Chicken parm, you taste so good.
Thanks so much for bringing that in today.
God damn it.
Truly appreciate it. It was.
Your
it was,
impression is spot on,
It
though.
is. It's
spot on.
burning up the internet.
Chicken parm, you taste so good. Nothing beats that new car smell.
Yeah. Oh, you have a new car, Peyton? Yeah, good for you.
Shocking, right?
Dink.
That must be nice.
But anyway, so we've got the mailbag. Don't think we've forgotten about it. We have your birthdays. We have all your greetings. But I just sent you guys a text because I want to lead today with something that was just very, very cool.
Oh, Mike, I
up
love
here.
you too.
I didn't say I love you, did I?
No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Did I send you the wrong
No,
text?
it's a photograph. I'm just giving you a hard time.
All right, here it is. Okay, this is, I think it's appropriate for the first day of fall because fall is when the autumn wind blows.
Yes.
The autumn wind is like a pirate. And with the autumn wind and with the cooler temperatures and with less people up here in the great state of Maine, you tend to automatically drift towards feelings of isolation.
Sure.
And with that comes kind of a sense of the supernatural. It's weird, but it makes you feel that way.
Stories are set in New England.
And in the fall in New England, too.
Exactly. So, I mean, it makes sense.
I believe the legend of Sleepy Hollow. But everybody knows that this past weekend I went out with my buddy Zach, a local lobsterman up here in Maine. And Zach also helped me haul a boat out yesterday, and he came back to the house. And it was either driving down there in his truck to get the boat or coming back that we were chatting. And the subject of a house on the point here came up. And this house is a house that was being renovated, and this house was actually lifted off the foundation, and they were going to put it on another foundation. And so they actually put it up on risers.
Sure.
And it happens all over the state, so this could be anywhere. But
Right.
and I don't want to get too specific about it, but the fact is this house was lifted up. And it was a conversation piece most of the summer because it was an incredible engineering feat to see this. And you could see it from the road, and you could see it from the water. And quite often we'd go by on the water and go close by because it was just amazing how they propped this house up as they were pouring the new foundation, and it sat on literally on the cliff overlooking the ocean. And it's an old house like they all are up here, a very, very old house. But the one thing that was evident, there's no getting in or out of that house until it gets back down to earth. We're talking about probably 5 to 6 feet.
I was going to guess 6 or 7 feet.
Raised up, maybe 6 to 7 feet in the air.
Based on the height of a door against
I've
the
sent
risers,
you
yeah.
the picture of this. I went by this house maybe 5 times this summer and maybe 20 times on land. I would drive by, and I'm fascinated with the engineering, and I would always stop. So Zach, because he hauls traps out there in front of that house on a weekly basis, he would go by constantly. And so Zach's talking to me, and he said, well, I got a pretty interesting photograph. And the photograph was one day taken, maybe a couple of weeks ago. Zach was up here, and he was hauling traps. Now, this is an empty house because they've basically gutted it, and they have it empty. Zach was going by, and in the top window, now would be a good time to put this music on, Rob. Thank you very much. Good morning. On the top window, looking out to sea, Zach was hauling a trap, and he saw a figure, and he took a photograph of it. If you look in that window, it's like all of these type of stories, it seems like it's very difficult to make it out exactly. But I would show it to Pony too. If you can enlarge that, what appears to be
yeah, can you send that to me?
a figure, and it appears to be in a Victorian era, and I know this for a fact because my great-grandfather And my grandfather, God, I'm so old. My grandfather and that era from the early 1900s, turn of the century, they wore these kind of outfits up here. And
Yeah.
you see, we have a lot of photographs in our own home with people in these outfits. And you see them all the time. If you come to my house, I'll show you exactly the type of outfit we're talking about. What it appears to be is a woman wearing a Victorian-era dress. And if you look, I blew it up, I super blew it up on my computer.
Right.
And because Zach said this, too, it looks like she may be holding a baby. And he said he came back the next day and he took another picture and the image was gone. The last thing I asked him about this, I said, well, did it look like a curtain? He said, no, because I came back the next day and saw the curtains, and what it appeared to be was moving. He said the image was actually moving when he saw this. And if you see, you both have the pictures in your hands now.
Yeah.
And you see she's very well centered in the middle of this window. And it was, it's a beautiful little home perched over a cliff. And then if you zoom in on it, you can see that is a woman's figure standing up in the window. And, it's just mind-blowing when you look at this. And it appears really that floor, I've never been in this house, so I don't know about it, but you'll see around there's nobody getting in and out of that house.
No
Nobody's
access.
probably allowed in that house, I would imagine.
No, and
when
it's
you look at
certainly, if you get in that house, you're not going to be wearing a Victorian gown.
How
pretty
far
amazing.
from your home is this?
less than 2 miles, probably a little over, just a scotch over 2 miles, and now it's back on the regular foundation.
Oh, so it can get out.
Yeah.
What if
It
it was
can
trapped?
get out. But also, how creepy
Is that not a cool picture?
Wow.
That is a
Scary.
lobsterman that took that picture from his boat. He took another one the next day, and there was nothing in the window. So that kind of goes along with the whole curtain theory.
The thing that blows my mind is that it's a woman holding a baby, looking out to sea. Now,
Yeah.
there must be a story behind the house. All the houses up there have stories. And already in my head, I see it. It's the woman who misses her husband because he went out to sea.
You never
and
know.
he never came
you
back.
you never know. I mean, I don't know the
Or
history
it's the
of
spirit
this house.
that's trapped on the stilts.
Is that incredible or what? So
Wow.
that was
Time to
the
move,
talk
Mike.
of that.
Time to move.
That was the talk of the
And if
house.
anybody tries to buy that house, you walk over and you tell them about the Kittner boy.
I know
That's
the
right.
owner.
It's
I know
not
the
the
owner of the
Kittner
house.
boy.
I don't know the owner well, but I know the owner of the. That is truly something. Now you got to realize these houses. Most of them early 1900s at the latest. I mean that's
Well, you need to
these
do
houses.
some research on the history of this house.
Well, I've told you about the ghost stories around my house up there also, where the one time the people of my house was traded to my family for
By slaves.
for an
no,
orchard.
no.
Not slaves. Thank you very
Sorry.
much.
No.
It was traded out for a farm orchard, I believe it was, out in Washington State, and because of the health issues that my family member had, he wanted to come back east,
Right.
where the air was better and it was too dry, and that the climate was just not good for his medical condition. I'm not sure what he had, but it was some sort of consumption, some sort of tuberculosis type
Right,
thing.
right.
And so he traded it. The people that owned the house originally were a very, very prominent family and a wealthy family. If you've been in the house, you
Right.
guys see where that little intercom system back in the turn of the century, nobody had these things, but
That would
they
have been
had
on
it.
Tech 411 if Tech 411 had been on in 1900. Yeah.
And the story goes that the house was traded, and this man was a very wealthy businessman. He went out in San Francisco one night, and he was never seen again. The only thing they recovered in San Francisco Bay was his hat. And they speculated that he either fell in or he was the victim of foul play. Years later, one of my aunts was sitting out on the porch, and a old man with a white beard came walking out and ate reindeer. No, I'm sorry. He came out
Have you been
and
a good little girl?
literally appeared at the line of the forest and was looking up and down at the house, and she saw him. She was not close enough to speak to him, but she went back in the house and he was gone after that, and they speculated this was the original owner
Did he
of
have
the
a
house.
hat?
So he didn't say, I don't
See,
remember
if he didn't have
had
a hat, that's the guy.
I don't remember if he had a hat. But that picture is, I mean, just when you think randomly a guy just lays that on me, and that's pretty cool.
You don't
That's
think
cool.
he's like
Messing with him?
he's like this rube from away?
No, I don't think so at all. Look, Oscar, I know based on the photograph that this was taken recently.
Scary.
I know
Certainly
based on the
scary.
photograph that where the house is. I know exactly. I've seen this house from the water as well. And it could very, very. The picture is obscure enough where there could be any of explanations with
What's
curtains
cool
and
about
the wind.
this is that you could actually Is it something that are the owners a generational owner of that home? Or
I
is
do
it
not know that. That I don't know, and I don't know the owners well
you could
well
find
enough to do
out
that.
more.
But you know what? I will tell you that this is so weird to me that I'm not sure I would even want to share this with the owners specifically. But I will tell you that it is interesting just to see it, and it could be it could be light.
This picture is better for
anything.
context, and we'll put it up on the site. But for context, this picture is better than anything you'll see.
I would not put it up. I would not put it up on the site. I would respectfully ask that you don't do that because I'm not the owner and I don't know what's going on.
No one knows
sorry
where
about
that
What
is.
you should do
There's no address on there.
You need to be respectful of their time, but you really do need to find out. So what I would suggest is go and knock on the door, but when you knock on the door, wear a Victorian dress.
Okay, thank you, Rob. I appreciate it.
Of the time. The period is
exactly
everything.
what I'll do.
Hold a
That's
baby
what
doll.
I plan on doing. I'll hold a little baby doll.
How
I'll
about
wear
a
a
top
Victorian
hat
dress.
and cane?
Yeah.
Like the Monopoly guy?
Yes.
That'd be good.
With a monocle?
With my weird beard, and that'll be fine. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I will do that. So that's a ghost story to start fall for you. I hope you enjoyed
the
it.
picture's better than any picture you'll ever see in one of those ghost stories.
I know, it is. That's what I like
say,
about it.
This will shock you, but I'm the original owner of this house.
Okay. Okay.
I got papers.
All right, you dicks. All right. Thank you. We'll take a break.
Claim.
Come back with more. We got the mailbag coming up
Yes.
next right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Joe, the political season is really ramping up. Maybe we here at the more broadcast networks should have our own debate.
Hit on the tough issues, the things that are important.
Yeah, like immigration. We need a wall around this network. No more podcasts. No one from Baltimore coming in and getting a show.
Or the legalization of marijuana. I know our show would vastly improve.
Yeah, well, I'm high right now. But who would be the Donald Trump in this debate?
You mean the loud, the obnoxious, the misogynist, the womanizer, rich?
Well, obviously that's going to be Todd Moore.
Yeah, but he has amazing hair.
For now. RobandJoeShow.com. Subscribe at iTunes and check us out on the TMOS app.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Week 2 of fantasy football. How'd you do? You've seen the ads. You've watched your friends playing. Now it is your turn to get signed up at FanDuel.com. FanDuel.com, the trusted leader in one-week fantasy football with more winners and more payouts than any other site. Over $75 million per week this football season. I am all in. I know we're playing the TMOS League, but I'm also playing multiple leagues on FanDuel. Building a team is easy. It is the easiest site to negotiate. If you're a fantasy rookie,
so great.
Go to FanDuel. You can do that as well. Last year, how about this guy, Fred W. of Texas? He turned a $5 entry fee into over $20,000 just playing fantasy football on FanDuel. Join Fred and over 1 million other FanDuelers who have already, that sounded good, FanDuelers who have already won. Anyone can play, all of us play, and you can compete against Mike, Rob, and Oscar by going to FanDuel.com/TMOS. Is Rofo on campus today?
He's
not
here.
on campus.
Tell Rofo I'm on my own this week.
Good.
He does not need to put a lineup in for me. I will be doing it on my own. I'm going to pay more attention than I ever have. Not because in the past, I was like, I don't know enough. FanDuel has motivated me because it's so damn easy to do it. And I'm watching a lot of NFL.
I already set my lineup. Good to go.
Me too.
Go to FanDuel.com, click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner, use our code TMOS, and sign up now. Special offer for new users. For every dollar you deposit, FanDuel will match it up to $200 that gets earned as you play. That's a bonus of up to $200. The offer is only good for the first 50 people that use the code TMOS. Just remember to enter TMOS at FanDuel.com. FanDuel. Every day is a new season. Sign up today. Are we ready to open up the mailbag for today? Oh, God.
Yeah, it's all about you, Mike.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
One time.
Can we
one
go
time.
back to the Korean Air commercial at some point?
I'm
Can we
sorry,
do that
we
next
cannot.
week?
We're not a backward-moving podcast.
All right, here. Put your hand over this.
Okay.
All right, put your hand out. All right, thank you. There.
Maybe we
back a
can move
stump.
backwards just once.
Fireworks.
All right, we got to get the mailbag in, and then, of course, it'll be Pope, and more Pope. We'll discuss Pope because you guys are in the belly of the beast with all that going on. Guess who's 9?
Boom!
No, it's not Sonny Jurgensen.
I know who you are.
It's young Master Paul Carpy. He turned 9 last week.
Carpy.
Yay, Paul. Happy birthday to Rob Parkey.
Parker!
He's one of the Parker brothers. I mean, the game people. Really? He's
No,
wealthy?
no, he just has a brother. And they're
Oh,
Parker
okay.
brothers.
He is a fit and handsome gentleman from the Bay Area. His fat brother and the brother's fat roommate send their best.
That is great.
That's it. Audio Vault announcer Jakob Preisner.
Remember this fella?
Or is it Jacob? Oh.
It's time for Audio Vault.
Yeah, it's Jacob.
Jacob Preisner turns 4 this weekend. Hi, Jacob. Thank you for the announcing. I hope he doesn't get any birthday cake on his face. Thank you. Happy birthday, Jacob. Happy 4th birthday. You're a good boy. Wanda Combs Farmer hit the big 5'9" this week, and we wish her all the very best. Well, it doesn't get more simple than that.
Well,
does
we
it?
do. I mean, it's warm, but it's sincere.
One of the 3 named people, Wanda Combs Farmer.
Farmer.
And coming in with birthday number 58, Linda Jory in Northwest D.C. Boom, bam!
Nice.
Happy birthday. So, Rob, they're sending a lot in, but they're not really clever anymore. Is that what it is?
What we had this week was a lot of really long letters.
Wow,
Heartfelt.
So
a lot of editing.
What
done.
you got to do is you got to sometimes just get right to the meat of it. Yeah.
This is Rob he's getting them all in because when Rob gets like tons of them, like we did this week, he's got to abbreviate them so they're all like this. Randy Kirkpatrick's birthday was yesterday, but his greeting is today, so there.
Getting them all in.
Steve Robeson just turned 38. He lives in Vienna. Yuck.
That's an editorial comment. I'm sure Vienna's a fine place.
Happy anniversary to Mark and Beth Stauffer, still married.
No more
John
enthusiasm
Druin
on
turns
that?
50. What?
No more enthusiasm on the marriage one? I thought you'd be into that
I'm
one.
reading them the way you wrote them. You're like cramming them all in. John Druin turns 56 this week, and get this, he's been listening for 28 years. That's half of his life.
That's good stuff.
That's a long time. Thank you, friend.
Let me read it the proper way.
Thank
Please.
you.
John Druin turns 56 this week, and get this, he's been listening for 28 years. That's half of his life!
Woo! Much more enthusiasm.
Yeah, better.
Feliz cumpleaños to Michael Cardenas, a 20-year listener from Oakland, California. Ay caramba. Thank you. Thank you, Rob.
Throwback.
Appreciate
Yeah.
that. Kristen Soto celebrates her 32nd birthday this weekend and is engaged to be married this January. Her fiance has requested a pep talk for her from Oscar Santana on how to be a good wife and how to keep it tight. So, for Kristen Soto, getting married soon for her 32nd birthday, marital advice, Oscar. Thank you.
Kristen, really, you got to live by this. Just because it says low fat doesn't mean you have to have more.
Right.
Keep it tight. Good luck.
It's nice.
Simple and sweet.
Yeah.
Yes, simple, misogynistic, and sweet. Thank you very much. Today is the big day. Happy 47th birthday to one of our newest listeners. She just discovered the podcast and enjoys it on her long commute across 2 states. She's even starting to like Oscar, but not his laugh. Oh, I love Oscar. The podcast is not the podcast
It's
without Oscar's laugh.
She'll learn.
Happy birthday, Carrie Spiewak. Oh, my God. I didn't read it. I didn't read it until the very
That's right.
end.
Carrie is now 68.
Is she still? Did she really just start listening? Did she really just
actually, she's starting to listen in earnest now that she has the longer drive. Or, her commute used to be 0.8 miles.
Yeah.
So she didn't have time in the car. But now she's listening. And you know what? She came to me with wonder in her eyes. She says, "It's really a funny show." I said,
Oh, my
"You
God.
think?
Wow.
Thanks."
Yeah. Carla.
Window into your world.
Yeah.
Carla is exercising so much that she's fallen off the habit a little bit, and I
Really?
have to motivate her to get back on it.
It's better if they don't listen,
Yeah.
Mike.
Yes, this is true.
Tell
Yeah,
her
you're
she-
probably right.
No,
Yeah.
tell her that she needs to be at least as good of a wife as Carrie Spiewak.
Absolutely.
Oh, my God.
Thank you. Next letter. Hi, guys. Yesterday I turned 39. Apparently I'll be getting a gift direct from the Pope this year in the form of horrendous traffic. We'll talk about that in a
Yes.
second here. It might be a little less than you think. D.C. is essentially shutting down to greet the Pontiff, which will likely happen again when Mike returns next month. Well, I looked at the meet and greet cover page, and don't worry about it. I suspect I may be taking the Lord's name in vain quite a bit during my 50-mile commute this week. Thanks a lot, stupid Pope. Happy goddamn birthday to me. Since I've already been blessed by His Holiness, perhaps I could try my luck on Mike's impression slot machine. I'd love for Donald Duck Trump to make another appearance on the show to entertain this 39-year-old idiot. That was the greatest, strongest, most tremendously successful character in the history of podcasts. Quack. Thanks, Jeff Crisfield. Let's see what happens.
How are you feeling, Mike? How are you feeling?
I can't really tell you, Rob.
I got it. I hate this part of this. Let's see what happens.
Okay, here we go. Blank, blank, blank.
Hey!
There's 3 blanks. 3 blanks doesn't win.
It's a match.
It's a
3
match.
blanks. No, but it's only if it's got like a 7
we
or a
haven't
double
played
diamond.
Enough. Yeah, we haven't played enough to know that.
Funny that it paid out.
He lost, though.
Yeah,
he lost.
Funny that it
paid out to you.
You know,
but,
You know what it is?
machines.
It's a malfunctioning slot machine.
Yeah.
What does
Sorry
a
about
casino
that.
have to do if that happens?
Yeah, you
They
gotta give
kill
it
you.
back.
Do they have to honor?
No,
the bet?
no, the casinos never have to honor anything. They never have to honor anything. Thank you.
All
I
right.
know that for a fact.
Let's go to
Trust
the
me,
music.
as someone that's had that negotiation. Guys, my wife Alicia Frumpkin, who is too good for me and is slumming just by being with me, had a birthday on Saturday, September 12th. I forgot to send it in for 2 weeks. 2 weeks!
2 weeks!
And I am a horrible person. I totally understand that it is too late, but at least I can feel better about myself for feebly trying. That's from our good friend and Jeopardy contestant Josh Frumpkin.
That's right.
Correct?
Alex, I'll take Forgetful Husband for 400, please.
Yes. Yeah, got that big brain, Josh. Can't remember to get it in on time. Come on. Gentlemen, Spiewak has cursed me. I'm currently studying for the CPA exam, but unfortunately I keep getting distracted. Every time I see the acronym for Generally Accepted Accounting Principles, I immediately think, hey, nice gap. Thanks, Rob. That's from Perry Hall. Rick and Perry Hall. Not Perry Hall. That's Rick in Perry Hall. Perry Hall is a town. Thank you very much. Hi, boys. Since my 64th birthday earlier this week, I was just wondering, will you still need me? Will you still feed me? As fans, we've been instructed to bring it if we are going to ask for anything. Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
Well, it's an instrumental.
Oh.
Sorry.
Would you do your own edit of it? Is that what
Yeah.
it is? Or okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's start again.
All right.
Thank you. I was ready
From
to
the top.
talk it up.
Well, you see, I expected you'd like to talk over the whole song.
Thank you. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go again. Hi, boys.
All blanks.
Since my 64th birthday earlier this week, I was just wondering, will you still need me? Will you still feed me? As fans, we've been instructed to bring it if we're going to ask for anything. So I religiously use Amazon Prime through the Mike O'Mara Show website and app. I am a longtime bonus show subscriber. If you're not, you don't know what you're missing. And I not only order from Harry's, but also wrote a testimonial about their aftershave lotion. I must say that shopping is one of the few remaining joys in my rapidly advancing life. Oh, my God. So I would like Rob to drop a quarter in the slot machine. If I should win, I would like a 64th birthday greeting and some advice from the Shoppers Warehouse Tomato. Thanks, guys. P1 Dirk Vastrich.
Dirk's a good guy.
Yeah, Dirk
Yeah,
is a really
let's see
good
what
guy.
happens here. Okay.
He might even
All right.
win big.
Yeah.
Okay,
Drop
here
a
we go.
quarter
Let's see
in.
what happens. 777? 777? 777!
Progressive!
Oh my God!
Here he is, the Shoppers Food Warehouse top quality tomato.
64 is old with top quality prices every day.
Thank you, top quality tomato. Thank you. There he goes. Very good. Hi, guys. So my birthday is this Sunday, and I will be turning 37. I have been a diehard listener since early 1999, and I am so up to date with all the current content that I have gone back and started listening to old TMOS podcasts. That's somebody that digs the show. Sad, probably, but it makes me happy. And it has recently reminded me of Meatloaf and his fall, one of my all-time favorites on the show. So I was wondering if Meat could possibly send me a birthday greeting. Rob, I don't know if he's got for Sarah Larson the actual birthday song, but he does like to sing, right?
Yeah,
he sings
does
his
like
hits.
to sing, and you know what's really great about this is today is the first day of fall.
Here we go. Let's listen to Meatloaf.
sleep on it.
Just a little wobble. I talked over it. Can you play that one more time? He's getting up.
Yeah,
he's getting up. He's going to try to sing it again.
I think he's going to be okay. Here's
Here we go.
Let me sleep on it. Baby, baby, let me sleep on it.
But the crowd is very supportive.
There you go. Dear TMOS, on Saturday the 26th, my lovely and cradle-ropping wife, Laura Reuter, will be turning 50. I am forever in debt to TMOS for bringing her into my life, and we couldn't be happier. If he's not in surgery, please ask Dr. Ben Carson to wish Laura a happy birthday. It would be much appreciated. Lastly, since Mike was wondering, I, Hank, am 46 years old. I have a large head, and I am bald. Behold its majesty. I know your head, Hank. And in my case, one size definitely does not fit all. Thanks very much. Sincerely, from our friend who gets a round of applause, Hank Reuter. Some great friends of the show, Dirk Vastrick, Hank Reuter, good people. And let's bring in Dr. Carson without even spinning
Okay, very good.
Bring him.
Hello, doctor.
Unfortunately, the one size fits all does not necessarily conform to the normal measurements of the human head. But if you are a Muslim, it shouldn't be worn at all. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor.
Got some strong
Friends,
views.
please consider this for the Thursday mailbag. I turned 36 on Sunday, so I'm in the prime of my DB 30s, hence the bullet points. Okay, so he gives a bunch of bullet points here.
Yes.
First one, I started listening to Don and Mike in 99 when I worked in Alexandria at the count site for the Teamsters when they elected Jimmy Hoffa Jr. Now, bullet point number 2. Now I run a boat canvas company, and we drive around to D.C. area marinas to make canvas covers for boats. We listen to TMOS, but I have to turn it down when Oscar straightens out his girlfriend or when Rob praises Hitler.
That's really kind of strong. I don't know that I praise Hitler.
Well, he says he can't have customers hearing that.
Understood.
It's great that you guys are recording in Glover Park. I grew up in Tenleytown, and I used to get high and drunk, then go to the Grog and Tankard.
Nice.
I've also seen more than enough scamper across the street at Good Guys. Simpler times. Yes, times when we all referred to it as scamper.
Scamper.
I remember that now. Let's go look at some scamper. In closing, I only ask for Mike's Donald Duck sneeze. I'll record it and only use it as it was initially intended to make my kids laugh when they get out of hand. Thanks, John. Last name withheld because see above. Very good. Okay, so John, here we go.
Right.
We have to spin it. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
you know what, Mike? I'm going to guess you don't really need to prepare much for this one. Let's see how I do.
Here we go. Orange, orange, orange.
Oh, you jerk!
Oh.
You are
Here we go.
impossible to read. You know
Orange,
that?
orange, orange. There it is.
I don't know what to do now.
I don't either.
Well, what I'm trying to train Rob to do is to have 2 ready at all times.
There's too much for him. He can't handle that.
And Mike, they're all ready, but it's a matter of which button to hit first. You see?
Yeah, but you play one that's the winner and one that's
Every
the
time.
loser.
Right.
Instead
Every
of
time we
playing,
do this.
instead of just playing the one and then having so it should be play one and then have the winner or the loser. You
Yeah.
see? And then when I say that, that's the way it's got
split
to
it
be
up.
done.
I say,
But I know you don't like to do that because you like the second guessing. It's part of your joy, is it not?
There
Knowing,
is, but you know what?
anticipating
As
what I'm
much-
going to think.
as much as I hate when it's wrong, it's
Yes.
so great when it's right.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Donald Duck sneeze.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the applause. All right, very good. And our final letter of the week. Dear Penthouse Forum. I never thought this would happen to me, but here goes. A few weeks ago, I attended a fundraiser for a theater here in Dover, Delaware, where the featured performer was a female impersonator by the name of Christopher Peterson.
Yes.
I don't know whether this is true or not. Who knows?
This is all true.
As the show went on, each impersonation was better than the last. And then he came to do the incomparable Miss Betty Davis.
Mike, I have a visual aid for you here.
All right, very good. There, younger person.
Yes, yes.
Very, very good. Oh, okay. All right, wonderful. Betty Davis was the later in the show. For that part of the show, he reenacted the classic scene in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. As he recited the lines, a funny thing happened to the crowd. It was as if all 1,100 people were TMOS fans as they shouted along with him, without coaching, "But you are, Blanche! You are in that chair!"
Would you like to hear the clip, Mike, since I have it handy?
Oh, absolutely, please.
You wouldn't be able to do these awful things to me if I weren't still in this chair. But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair. And tell me, what are these awful things I'm supposed to be doing to you?
To you.
To you.
To you.
To you as I catch my oxygen from years of smoking. That said, I have never written a letter to Rob's bag before, preferring to let my birthday be as commonplace as Trip Affleck attending a Liza Minnelli concert. But please know that I've been a loyal fan since 1995 when I sat in the backyard of a Georgetown, Delaware radio station watching you guys do your show after an impending hurricane canceled an Ocean City Secrets appearance.
Remember that?
Ah, what a career.
That was.
So to Mike, you remain a radio and now podcast god. To Rob, please stop bothering me on Facebook. It's begun to border on the creepy. And to Oscar, lick it. Black and white movies rule. Your friend in Christ, Craig Horman. Oh, from Dover, Delaware. All right, we got to move on now. We will come back, and it's Pope, and more Pope. Want to get the guy's perspective, being right there in the middle of all of this. He's wandering around town aimlessly today. Nothing really planned. We'll take a break, come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I love Blue Apron. We are enjoying Blue Apron. Blue Apron for us at the O'Mara household is opening doors, culinary doors that normally were closed. I want to, we told you that it's convenient that they deliver everything to your door, all of it. I mean, the recipes, the instructions on how to make it, all of the spices, all of the herbs, all of the instructions, and they're all fresh. And you can make your own meal without hassle. But what I want to tell you is Blue Apron is actually turning both my wife and I into better cooks because we are sampling things we would not sample if it wasn't for Blue Apron, like salmon burgers and aioli. This delicious spin on one of America's quintessential meals, succulent salmon burgers flavored with fresh oregano, made by mincing raw salmon fillets, seasoning them, and forming them into patties and cooking them on the stove. The salmon burgers are a light, incredibly delicious alternative to the typical burger. There's a picture of it right there.
Yum.
They are so delicious. On the back, they show you exactly how to make it with Blue Apron. It's delicious. They work with your preferences and schedule. They only use the best seasonal ingredients for incredible meals. And I will tell you something about Blue Apron. Because it's seasonal, that you source everything when it's ready, when it's time. It's delicious. Incredible meals, and the quality and freshness will blow you away. Blue Apron is a better way to cook. Check out this week's menu and get your first 2 meals free by going to blueapron.com/TMOS. Our treat, really, the first 2 meals are on us when you go to blueapron.com/TMOS. Salmon burgers with aioli. I would never make it for myself. But Carla made these, and they were incredible. The burgers at Blue Apron, all of them. We've had chicken burgers.
Oh, my God,
We've had regular beef burgers. We've had tomato basil burgers. Their burgers, I don't know how they get the moisture in there. Carla would tell you more about it because she makes these meals, but they're absolutely incredible. Welcome back to the show. So I have to ask you, I know that the boys were a little nervous. Oscar, lives 5 minutes from the radio station. You can walk here. But you guys coming in from the burbs into D.C., the major story in Washington, D.C., gridlock, the Pope shutting everything down. Well, everybody paid attention, right? And so you had a very easy commute.
I was watching the Fox 10 o'clock news last night, and they said, well, the traffic gridlock should start in about 6 hours. And I thought, oh, terrific. It's going to be horrible. And they've been talking about it for, what do you say, about 2 weeks?
Oh, yeah.
About how the city's going to be shut down.
Really, a month of notice in general, but 2 weeks, heavy
and
push.
I had many, many listeners, including our good friend Dan Cole, who actually sent me the itinerary of the Pope and all capital letters. What are you going to do? And so I got up this morning at 10 minutes to 5.
Did you scope it out before you came in? Did you scope out exactly what the route would be and where you would need to go?
Absolutely.
I knew you're the
but
type
the thing
person
that
would
the
do
curveball was they were going to close Massachusetts Avenue. And the closure of Massachusetts would really kind of flood Wisconsin because that's where it's going to spill over. We're also around all the embassies, and I'm thinking, you know what? There's going to be a lot of important people in town, and that's probably going to be packed.
Let's be fair. The Vatican embassy where the Pope is staying from here is less than a mile away from this studio.
Exactly. So,
can I just say one thing for all the people that gathered on the ellipse today? Waiting for the Pope, and then spilled down into the back of the White House. I'd be happy if I got a third of those people to come to our meet and greet at the Mad Fox.
You sound concerned. What's wrong?
Yeah. No, I know. I'm saying I'm just trying to. That was just a little
plug,
joke.
A plug. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
a plug.
It's going to be a ton of people there, Mike.
I'm just.
Don't look at the Facebook group. Nobody ever RSVPs to anything.
I know. No. I just like to. It's. I think we should mention it routinely. As I'm. It's getting closer and closer, becoming more real. Where are we going to be?
We're going to be at the Mad Fox. I got to get this right. We're going to be at the Mad Fox.
See, that's
Company's...
right there. That's right there how top of mind it is. That's seriously, that's my concern. Nobody gives a rat's ass about it. That's my concern. That's exactly. Where are we going to be?
Exactly
I'm not thinking about it. So,
I want to get it exactly right. It's the Mad Fox Tap Room.
Rob's got a big problem with the title. Just call it Mad Fox Tap Room.
Okay, it's the Mad Fox Tap Room.
Yes.
It is right up the street, 2218 Wisconsin Avenue, literally 2 doors from our studio.
It's next door.
It is easy to get to. The beer is great. We're going to be there from 6 till 9 on October 14th, and we want to see you there. And
quite a week for me. I'm Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Your dance card is full.
I am not the normal. I'm not the normal social butterfly.
Well, you're older.
Well, no, he's not older. He's fine. He's younger than the Pope.
No, he's right. He's right. You know what? But you know what? The reason I don't have the dance card full is not because I'm older.
No,
it's because I'm a father of a 2-year-old.
Yes,
that's what it is. So I'm experiencing something that most guys your age would, if they chose to have children.
Yeah.
And the thing
might be
is
fair if they were able to have children.
Yes,
if they were able to have.
It's my
children.
sperm count, Mike.
But yes, so we're really excited. We're looking forward to it. Oscar texted me a little map of what's being shut down by the Pope Mobile.
Yeah, our little dot is where we are, and where the Pope is staying on is right next to the
very
in the Vatican embassy is right there. You'll see all the little red and
yeah,
white
those are like
outlines.
those are road closures.
Yes,
right?
because that's where he's staying.
All right, I'm trying.
It's that close, Mike. You could walk over and see the Pope.
You could. You could.
You know,
say,
when
hey.
I was way back in the day, I went down and checked him out. I watched the parade go by.
Nice.
Anybody on the show? Oscar, you probably would be.
I have a little bit of guilt, but I also have an education I got to take care of. The afterlife isn't going to care about that.
All right, I'm
You
trying
don't
to see
think?
where.
No.
You could advance in the afterlife.
No, they're not going to give you a degree.
No, what they could do is they could say, there's a lot of people that have trouble figuring out what to do when they get to heaven. Could you host a podcast?
You know I'm a fallen
Well, are we the
Catholic.
blue dot, Oscar? Are we the blue
We're
dot?
the blue dot, Mike.
All right. So, well, I mean, that's pretty good, Rob, right? I mean, all in all, yeah. I mean, on the other side, Embassy Row is definitely shut down. But
right.
Were you able to make it in okay?
I made it in a lot less time than I normally do. No one came in town today. Georgetown is deserted. What I think happened is the only sort of intangible, and Pony and I talked about this, would be increased flow of people coming into the city that would spill over and kind of complicate things.
Yeah.
I didn't see any closures actually getting us. I thought the possibility of increased volume. But so many people got on our failing metro system that there was actually a lot fewer cars out there. It was an easy ride in.
Yeah, it was like record time today.
Which means tomorrow will suck.
Yeah.
My historical reference on this would be Pope John Paul when he came into town. This is another pope that is a world-changing pope and has some very interesting things to say. He's the most political pope that I've ever seen. He's making controversial comments. In my opinion, they're not controversial, but yeah, he's saying things that are enraging certain people in American politics,
acting
which is pretty
in
amazing.
a way that a pope has never acted. I think it's very cool. I think it really is.
Well, didn't he right away say something like immigrants when he got off the plane?
I saw the speech starting when I left my place, and he said when he's at the White House on South Lawn, and he said, "I'm happy to be here because I'm from a family of immigrants, and this country is built by immigrants." So that's the
so
first
that
thing he
right
said.
away
Yeah.
is just like put that in your pipe and smoke it,
It
people.
is very cool. Very
You
cool.
know, and he has a way about him that is what I love watching. and I'm not a Catholic anymore. I'm not a practicing Catholic, but I was raised Catholic. When you watch him interact with people, any human being, and believe me, we emphasize he's a human being who brings that much joy and goodness to people, to me, that's fine. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that, regardless of your political beliefs.
And
I
to
think
add
that
to
it's
that-
great to see that.
To add to that is the fact that he is held in such high esteem by so many. I think that elevates him in a lot of people's eyes, because whether or not, it's almost like seeing a kid meet their idol. You know, you might not care about the idol, but you see the kid so uplifted by the meeting that it makes that person, it elevates them in your estimation. He appears to be a very kind and a pope of, I mean, it's been said like jive, but he's a pope of the people.
And if we're going to get real, I fell off the Catholic bandwagon with all this child molestation, just
scandals.
Were you more involved prior to that? Were you more involved in your adult life?
Absolutely.
I didn't know that.
I'd go to church every Sunday, even before it was just being dragged with my mom. And
You'd go by yourself? You'd go,
I'd go out of
without
the guilt.
your folks
my Latin
doing it?
guilt would take my brother and I, or by myself with my girlfriend when I was younger. We'd go every Sunday, right? I went to Catholic school as a kid. Like, I totally get it.
Were you ever kicked out of Catholic school, or was that just college?
I was. Just Catholic school.
Pony, would you like to talk about your Catholic hatred that's spewed out on the show a couple of times?
I don't think it's spewed out on the show, but Mike, I was just an angry boy who didn't want to sit in traffic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's all it was with you, was the
He hates
convenience
everything.
of it.
I don't think he meant anything personal when he said, and we're not going to be able to park. You know, the Catholics, they're like ants. They'll be everywhere.
All right, I have a question for you boys. All right, so I'm watching the Today Show, and I'm watching the the multiple different platforms, watching CNN and the coverage of the Pope. I have to ask you a question. Is this I found myself getting, and Carla did too, we both got a little choked up. We actually got choked up watching him when he first came out of his residence and was greeting people. Is this because of being a fallen Catholic? Is this because I'm getting old? Is it, why am I don't, because I can't understand why I get so emotional.
I totally
when
understand
watch
that. I got choked up when I saw him in a Fiat. I said, "Come on, man! What are you doing?"
Were those tears of disappointment? Is that what it was?
The tears of a man forced to sit in a backseat.
A little backseat.
No, but you know, Mike, I can't
All that
comment to
fabric.
this because, you know, I've said before that as I've gotten older, I've become more emotional and I cry more. And I'm also a fallen Catholic. I was raised Catholic, and
Right.
so
Yeah, but
there is-
when I fell, at least I kept a little foot in the home team a little bit.
Sure,
instead
sure.
of going to that Klan rally you went to, anti-Catholic like everything else.
No. There was no
You
Klan
slam
rally.
Catholics. How many years did you call it hocus pocus?
Well, there's a little of that.
Well, you like any other religion, you couldn't say that about.
Well,
you know
that's
what I
true.
mean?
That's true. And you know what? I'm not. You see me coming in here screaming how great one religion
His
is.
church is Graceland.
His church is the church of the Immaculate Jerry Lewis.
No, my church is the church of the
Celebrity death.
The sedentary obesity.
Our Lady of the Celebrity Death. what was the obesity one?
The Our Lady of Sedentary Obesity. That's my church. That's where I worship.
It's weird. I don't know why I get verklempt when I'm watching
I think
him.
I
It's
know
strange.
what it is. I have both of my grandmothers were very, very devout Catholics. With even my mom's mom wore the veil thing on her head when she went into church. I mean, she
Right.
was really old school Catholic.
Mhm.
And I think whether or not you are a member of the church, you take your family with you. And I think perhaps a piece of you is realizing what your mom must be feeling.
Absolutely.
as
I think
this
you
happens.
nailed it. I think
And you know what? Family
you
is
might
one
not be
thing
able
we
to
all-
anticipate the slot machine, but you got that one right. I think you're
My
absolutely
mom
right.
went to the parade today. She's
Did
there.
she really?
Yeah.
And I think we all value family. And if something is important to your family, it's going to, by default, be important
Mike,
to you.
you had to get there by 4 a.m. The gates opened up. You had to.
Did she go down that early?
She went down at 5 with all her friends, so they're all
And
down
because
there.
being a Latin American pope, it's incredible for people that are Latin American.
So she's
it's
down
amazing.
there, and also the security's so tight that you can't leave after 10 a.m. Right? So you can't. If you're there until it's over. Until
It's like Times Square in New
until
York
the
City.
parade is
New
over.
Year's
And
Eve.
it's all locked up. I have a friend on the U.S. Capitol Police. He said that we have a certain detail that's there for just the president, or we have a dignitary that's coming into town. But this is 3 times that now.
I saw a weird
As
picture
far as
on
security's
Facebook.
concerned.
So many people have American flags, but you're not allowed to have sticks. for the flag, like a flagpole, even if it's just like a little dowel rod.
Yeah.
There was a big
know what?
pile of confiscated sticks just sitting on the road.
That's fine because if I was going to the concert, I prefer REO Speedwagon anyway.
Get it.
Hey, Pope's going to hit the stage with the Beach Boys, REO Speedwagon, and Styx. Coming up in just a second.
Free
here,
Pope
ladies and gentlemen.
concert on the grounds of the monument.
Happy
That's
4th
right.
of July.
Benedict would have had Wayne Newton. Yes. What, Oscar?
All hands on deck for the U.S. For every branch of the D.C. Police, Capitol Police, Secret Service, agents that are here. Everybody has to work for the next 4 days.
And I hope
yes.
that we pull it off without incident in our city.
Clearly.
Because it's going to make us look so much better when he goes to Philly and he gets rolled for his watch.
So every member of D.C. law enforcement is on the job. Can I just say this, please? This is a personal request.
Yes.
If he's happening to listen to this podcast while he's in town. 2 words, Your Holiness. Bless jerky. I don't want to tease the bonus show this Friday. I'm still debating whether I will share my my little information that came from Jerky.
Intel
about what he did. He's a very, very bad boy.
Oh, you're talking about Jerky, not the Pope.
No, not the
Okay,
Pope. I think
God.
the Pope Jerky needs to be blessed.
Yeah.
Like twice.
You know,
I mean, they need to take him. They need to dip him in holy water like he's a dog with fleas. That's for sure.
Wouldn't it be great if we're on CNN and we just see the Pope say, "Go in peace, David"?
We will take a break and come back with news you may not need. This is the Mike O'Mara Show.
It's Tony and Gary.
Gary, is this movie real or not? The title, Shack Out on 101. It stars Lee Marvin, Terry Moore, Frank Lovejoy. A waitress discovers that the dump of a highway restaurant she toils in is actually a hub of communist activity.
It's actually in my computer right now. I'm going to watch it tonight on the way home.
Boy, we'll find out if that's true or not. Join us on the Tony Perkins Show, TonyPerkinsShow.com. Subscribe on iTunes and download the new Tony Perkins Show app.
The Tony Perkins Show.
I found that incredible website I've been telling you about. Here we go, folks. Look at this.
Oh,
Nuts.com. Now, that's a Mr. Peanut there, but these are not peanuts. These are pistachios, and these are unsalted, and these are the finest pistachios I've ever
You mean they're
I've ever
shelled?
eaten. Yeah.
Oh my God, shelled pistachios.
That's great.
Oh, you can't beat it.
Talking about Nuts.com, the best tasting nuts on the planet. I'm going to attempt to do this commercial while eating their product. All right?
Nice.
Now, the other thing we have here, because they have lots of sweet treats as well.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, they have thousands. They have tens of thousands of different things on Nuts.com. And I will tell you this, the simple and convenient way to have nutritious, delicious, healthy nuts and other treats from all around the world delivered straight to your door. There it is. That's what it looks like when it comes to you. Look at these beautiful packages here.
Lovely.
These, my boys, are dried pineapple chunks.
Oh, the best.
Now, this is a family-owned business since 1929, and they always have 100% satisfaction guarantee. They're more than just nuts. 3,000 snacks. Okay, so maybe it's not tens of thousands. It's 3,000 snacks, but hold on. All right, these are dried pineapple chunks.
Nice.
They are so phenomenal, and don't be confused because the same color for this package. Some are blue, some of them are green, red. But there
their
they
dried fruit is off the hook. Unreal.
They have cooking and baking goods like almond flour, chia seeds, grains, any powder you want to throw into your smoothie as well. They have coffees, teas, sugar-free and gluten-free snacks, and gifts galore. Nuts.com. Big, salty, sweet, whatever you like to munch on. Let them take care of you and your taste buds. Right now, new customers get 4 free samples. Choose from over 50 options.
How many?
That is a $15 value when you go to Nuts.com and use the code TMOS. You have to try these nuts. They're the best. You will not find these in grocery stores. That's Nuts.com and the code TMOS for 4 free samples with your order. Thank you from our good friends at Nuts.com. We love them. You're going to love them. And I want you to go to Nuts.com today.
News.
Boo. I have no discipline.
What do you mean?
Well, I have to do the news right now, and I have absolutely no discipline because the pineapple chunks were so delicious that I decided to throw another one into my mouth right before I was going to do this.
Maybe it's
Mike,
pineapple news.
I have breaking news. You may have it
Uh-oh.
already.
What's that?
Yogi
Should we turn this down? Should I
Berra
turn this
has
down?
Passed. Yankees legend Yogi Berra has passed.
He passed last night, though,
Yeah,
didn't he?
this is breaking news.
Well, I was trying to help you.
As far as you were trying to,
you could
Yogi
eat.
Berra,
Yeah, because you have no control. I was trying to help you.
I think
Sorry
the most
about that.
surprising aspect of that story is that Yogi was still alive.
He was 90.
He was 90.
He was 90, and and congratulations. My sympathies to the Yankee fans and Yogi with all his little silly sayings. It ain't over till it's over. When you come to the fork in the road, take it.
Hey, boo-boo.
Always know that's different, Yogi.
On a personal note,
No, it's not the bear. It's Yogi Berra, the baseball player.
How about
Thank you.
always go to your friends' funerals, otherwise they won't go to yours.
That's absolutely. Thank you. Very, very good. And safe home, Yogi Berra. Very good. It's official. Selfies have killed more people this year than sharks. I knew you'd want to know that. Write that down. Yes. Selfies. Bulletin. Selfies have killed more people this year than sharks. A couple of Japanese tourists slipped while they were taking a selfie on some stairs at the Taj Mahal this week. One of them broke his leg, and the other guy hit his head, lost consciousness, and died. Sorry about that. Mashable.com crunched the numbers, and that brings the total selfie deaths this year to 12. 4 of them were people who fell, and the next highest cause of death involved trains.
Trains.
I don't mean to. It's not. Death is not a funny thing. It is. That also includes a guy in August who got gored during his running with the bulls. The guy in July whose selfie stick was hit by lightning, and the Russian woman who accidentally shot herself while posing with a gun. Selfies can be dangerous, people.
I wonder what the train thing was.
Probably getting run over by it while they were taking a selfie.
Or
ride.
falling off of a train. That's another way
You know
to
what?
go.
You'd have to do the research. The
shall.
2 Russian guys in January also who posed with a live grenade. There have already been more selfie deaths this year than all of last year, and it's only September. This is only going to get worse.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, please be careful.
As far as shark-related deaths, there have only been 8 this year. It just seems like sharks are more dangerous because of all the media coverage, but the selfies are really what are going to kill you, so please pay attention out there. Thank you. Trouble at Rob's favorite social club.
What?
Costco.
Oh, no.
24-year-old Derek Garabigi was at a Costco in Burbank, California on Sunday morning, filling up on free samples of mini Eggo waffles and Nutella.
Oh, yum. That's a good sample.
Well, and look, we've all been to the Costco when the people hover around, and old people are dangerous at a Costco because they line up for the free food. Apparently, there were only a few of the Eggos and Nutella left. Derek grabbed all of them. So a 78-year-old customer came over and told him not to take so many because he wanted one too.
Sure.
And that's when Derek, who's 24, reared back and punched him in the face.
Yummy, yummy.
Dick. Anyway, the 78-year-old has not been identified, but he ended up in the hospital with a serious cut above his eye.
Oh,
the
no.
24-year-old kid punched the old man who wanted Nutella.
Nutella.
I mean, how ridiculous is that?
That's not okay.
Now, I wasn't there, but I would imagine it went something like this. Derek is shoving the Nutella and waffles into his mouth, and the guy comes up and goes,
And in his defense, as you get older, your skin breaks much easier.
That's true.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
Are you defending the young man who punched the old
Well,
man?
the
Is
gravity of the actual strike could be, it could be
He's always gonna
exaggerated.
defend the young boy.
It could be
Yes, of course.
exaggerated.
Way to go.
The
Always
thin
pick the winner.
skin.
Derek was arrested for felony elder abuse and causing great bodily injury against a person over 70. He's facing up to 11 years in prison if he's convicted.
Check the skin.
Check the skin.
Check the skin. Your Honor, this is paper-thin skin. I am Oscar Santana for the defense. Thank you.
To
Very
make sure
good.
everything was okay, though, Mike, the old man immediately went and bought 6,000 Band-Aids.
If you want to sing Happy Birthday to You in a movie or TV show, or technically in a place of business, like this show,
Yes.
or TGI Fridays, you have to pay a licensing fee to the people who own the copyright. But that may be changing. A judge has ruled that people who have claimed ownership of the song aren't able to prove they own the rights to the lyrics. And if that holds up, they could lose out on a reported $2 million in annual revenue off the song.
That's right. I love
pretty
this
amazing.
story. I hope that this comes to pass. I think everyone should be able to sing
Bunch-
such a lovely
bunch
song.
of jerks. They don't use it in movies. They don't. Sometimes you'll hear a weird rendition of it because you're like, "What is happening
You're
here?"
at Red Robin.
They don't
Because they don't want to pay for it?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
my
it.
Happy
God.
birthday.
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
birthday.
Oh, by the
Weird-
way, we're totally covered because of our birthday song.
Yeah, we don't use the melody or the words.
Right. Well, nothing's finalized yet. The judgment can be appealed, and it's unclear if past licensing fees would have to be returned, so those things will have to be sorted out. The song dates back to the late 1800s and is credited to a school teacher named Patti Smith Hill.
Yes.
And her sister Mildred. Well, God bless them for the birthday song.
And
Isn't
they
that
had
wonderful?
they each had great asses.
Jeez. Peter Dinklage. Did you see him win his Emmy the other night at the Emmy Awards?
I forgot. I was looking straight ahead and I did not see him.
Thank you.
Podium.
Well, I've looked at the video. I'm not sure this is true or not.
I saw
but
it live.
They say that the wife might have taken one for the team. His name was called as the winner of Best Supporting Actor for playing Tyrion in Game of Thrones. He looks surprised. He leans over to kiss his wife not once but twice before going to accept his award. The folks over at Distractify. Dad, I got a job at Distractify.
Get out of my house.
They pointed out that there may have been more to the kiss than just affection. Dinklage may have given his wife the gum he was chewing before heading on stage.
Smart.
Well, yeah, so you're not chewing the gum, but, would you, if you were chewing gum, would you exchange? I've exchanged gum with Carla before. I've done that as a joke.
Well, I've never done that, no.
You've never done. Well,
No.
based on that, before you started flossing, that's Carrie's good judgment.
You're witty and fun.
New York-based private equity firm, Tuatara Capital, this week announced its partnership with Willie Nelson, the 81-year-old musician known for such songs as, I don't need to know Willie's songs. We all know them. On
Willie
the road
who?
again.
Duh.
Willie. The partnership will see Tuatara lead a group of investors financing the development of a legal recreational marijuana brand featuring Nelson's name. The premium cannabis lifestyle brand called Willie's Reserve will market pot bearing Nelson's name and image to recreational marijuana users in states where it is legal, starting with the states that currently have legal recreational pot markets, Colorado and Washington State.
Right.
By the way, I think this is going to be a massive moneymaker. I don't think
It is.
This is ground floor. I mean, this is This is the Coca-Cola of pot right here, in
Starting
my opinion.
in, right.
Local businesses in those states will grow, distribute, and sell Willie's Reserve branded marijuana based on the brand's own specifications and quality standards, according to a joint press release from Tuatara and Nelson. If you're an investor, I swear to God, I don't believe in a sure thing, but that would be as close to it as anything else.
Does it say if it's just the smokable stuff, or is it also the edible stuff, like brownies and things?
I think anytime you get marijuana, you can put it in Caramels Rob. Don't worry about that. It'll be fine.
I'm all in.
No problem
Yeah.
at all.
Are
And
there
now a little
edibles?
yes, and now a little something. A 40-year-old guy in Manchester, New Hampshire, named Shad Badeau, saw his car being hooked up to a tow truck over the weekend. It wasn't being repossessed or anything. He just parked it illegally, and he tried to stop it from happening by setting his own car on fire. We don't know if the whole car went up or he just started a small fire on the hood, but the tow truck driver immediately put the car down and unhinged it. So in the short term, it worked, but someone called 911. By the time firefighters got there, Shad had already put out the fire himself, but the cops arrested him. No word on what happened to his car, but we're assuming it's evidence now. So it probably got towed and impounded anyway. But now, boys, if you ever get caught in the CVS, you have a strategy. That's the way it works. Yeah. I'm not going up there. There's a fire up there, baby. We'll take a break, come back with the Audio Vault and Rob Spiewak right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
I'm Oscar Santana. And I'm Todd Moore, and we're trying to bridge the gap between entertainment and technology. And we're doing it right now.
Yes, and we're much better than Rob Spiewak.
F you, Rob.
Listen to Tech 4-in-1. It's available on MikeO'MaraShow.com or find us on iTunes. Just search
for Tech 4-in-1 Show.
More Broadcasting. For more information, visit us at morebroadcasting.com.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Quit waiting to jump on the next big thing bandwagon. You can be the trendsetter in your group with the latest clothing trends and newest products from touchofmodern.com. Everyone will be copying your style. I love this website.
Yep.
There's so much cool stuff there. Upgrade your style without upping the price. Touchofmodern.com has all the latest stuff at the best prices anywhere. Touchofmodern.com, the place for products and stylings for your home, office, and closet. Is that not a great website to just surf?
So much fun.
I mean, Oscar's bought a lot of stuff there, and even for something that's under $10, there's the coolest one-handed bottle opener now on Touch of Modern, where you can do that. And for my smiling Irish bastard, quite often I'm gesturing with my left hand, and I want to open my smiling Irish with the one-handed bottle opener. But those are the innovations and the designs you see, and they've got everything: vintage watches, great clothing, great furniture. They scour the globe for all this great stuff. Touch of Modern has new sales launching literally every single day. It's the one website that elevates your lifestyle with a single click. Right now, our listeners can get immediate access when they sign up at touchofmodern.com. That's touchofmodern.com. Do it today, because tomorrow it'll be different. That's how life rolls. Touchofmodern.com, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, let's open up the audio vault for Wednesday, September 23rd, 2015. Rob Spiewak.
So even though he is, I think, right now at the White House, the Pope arrived yesterday, and when he landed at Andrews Air Force Base, there was actually a chant for him. He has, like, rock star status. Francisco.
I like that.
Yeah.
Sounds foreign.
Well, his name is foreign. But I think it was mostly
It's
Americans.
Francisco.
Francisco.
Oh, Francisco. It wasn't Francis Go.
No, Francisco.
Francisco.
Not Francis Underwood.
No, different guy. Francisco.
Francis Go.
Francisco.
Francisco. Bueno, Francisco.
But to me,
ole,
it sounded
ole.
To me, it sounded like it needed a production element.
Brother, you're the pontiff, wearing your big robes, going on down to see the president. You got mud on your face. I'm sorry.
That was phenomenal.
Now, also, like all good concert tours, even though he's in D.C. now, he's already promoting his trip to Philadelphia.
I look forward to greeting the pilgrims and the people of Philadelphia.
Now, it's nice that he's doing that, but I thought if we added
We will bless you. Okay.
I thought if they used music on the Philadelphia promo, it almost sounds like a Dracula movie.
I look forward to greeting the pilgrims and the people of Philadelphia when I come for the World Meeting for Families. I will be there because you will be there. See you in Philadelphia.
The people of Philadelphia, what beautiful music they make.
Great. Hey, 6 months is up already. Guess who's back on MSNBC?
And good day, I'm Brian Williams at MSNBC headquarters here in New York. In a short time, Pope Francis will arrive in this country for the first time.
So he was back on the air for the first time yesterday on NBC
Yeah, good
Live.
for him. Leave him alone. He screwed up. He knows he's an idiot. He shouldn't have done that. And
Paid a price.
I don't know, man. I'd like to see him resurrect his career.
Yeah.
I think he's a great anchor. I think he's good at what he does.
Now that summertime is over, a lot of people are getting those last-minute vacations in, including this guy from Boston who has a Facebook account and posted this video. What he spotted in the ocean was an ocean sunfish, but he was very, very excited about it, Mike. This gentleman, as I mentioned, is from Boston.
Look, baby wheel. It's a baby wheel, man. That thing is big, Jay. What is that thing? It looks hurt. I don't know. Oh, my God. What the is that, bro? Oh, my God. That thing looks dead, man. We got to call the aquarium or something, dude. Oh, man, Jay, it's dead, bro, or something. If that's a flounder, man, let's pull it in, Jay. Come on. Jay, we could get some big money for that if it's a fish, buddy. Come on. Let's hook that and we'll be on the news, man. What is that thing, dude? Jay's got a little fishing hook. Are you me? That's the hook you come? Oh, my God. Oh, we got it! Oh, wait, man, we need help, buddy.
So anyway.
You know who was driving the boat? I saw that video. You know who was driving the boat?
Who?
Ted.
Yes.
The bear. Yeah,
Ted,
absolutely. Yeah.
I got it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
And we close. Oscar mentioned this earlier. The Pope was actually picked up in a Fiat.
Notice the car that the Pope was getting into. No
So
fancy
embarrassing.
limousine, but that is a Fiat.
He's in the back seat of the Fiat, like a... Excuse me, Your Holiness, your Uber X is here.
That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Wednesday, everybody.
That's it. We got to get out of here. I love Vistaprint. This show is brought to you by Vistaprint today. We all use it. I want you to try them, too. Right now at Vistaprint.com, you can get 500 business cards for just $9.99 when you enter promo code TMOS at checkout. That's $9.99 for 500 business cards. This is the best deal out there. It's the best way to promote a small business. There's just something so great about handing someone a card. It makes a great first impression. You can upgrade to their signature stock, add a fancy finish, go double-sided, or even raise print. Vistaprint does it all. They even do banners, apparel, flyers, postcards, invitations, anything you need for your home or business. Plus, they have the best customer service. Quit worrying about your layouts or logo design. Vistaprint can help you, and they guarantee you will be happy. Just remember to use the code TMOS at Vistaprint.com, and you'll get 500 business cards for $9.99. That's a 50% savings. Great quality, easy to customize, and your satisfaction absolutely guaranteed. If you're not happy, Vistaprint will make it right. Just visit Vistaprint.com, create your custom card, and use promo code TMOS at checkout. Remember, TMOS. Don't wait. Go to Vistaprint.com and order today. For Oscar Santana and Rob Spiewak, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.